According to Mason, we believe that information professionals need to apply their knowledge about information and technology with one basic purpose in mind: to get the right information from the right source to the right client at the right time in the form most suitable for those to which it is to be put and at a cost that is justified by its use. In considering the question of Carnegie 2.0, we quote the popular song, "The Times They Are A-Changin'." To that end, we present a new model for libraries that reflects the messages of Mason, Dylan, and Dave Thomas. This has been the model for library transactions for many years, and while it still serves an important function in libraries, we think there are other options for providing user services, options that we've borrowed from one of the most successful industries in the world, the food service industry. There are four main parts of our library: self-service, fast food, diner, and five-star restaurant. In each, we present how a library can utilize certain concepts to provide better service. We begin with self-service. There are times when you know what you want, and you know what you want to use to get it. You want access. In the old days, we used to have the automat. Today, we have vending machines. Self-service, if you will. And it's a powerful customer service tool. Libraries cannot ignore this any longer. Can you imagine life without? Libraries are experimenting with devices like self-checkout. We argue that by giving a portion of your library to do-it-yourselfers just makes sense. You probably just need a few tech advisors on the floor at any one time. Now, what would it look like? Sometimes you need a little something more. You just may need some help. It may be a fairly easy request, but you just can't handle it yourself. Still, you don't want to waste time. What you need is fast food. At today's libraries, many requests are straightforward questions seeking straightforward answers. The key to good customer service is quick turnaround time. Can you get any quicker than this? Imagine circulation combined with a large staff of paraprofessional ready reference staff, ready and waiting to find that reverse lookup phone number, the name of the representative from the district, or to tell whether or not a book is in. Quick, fast, and efficient. A patron's needs are met. I know it may sound crazy to some, but does every library inquiry require the same level of reference service to answer it completely? Are we trying to make somebody with an everyday, normal information request treat it as if it was the most serious research question? Would someone really go through all that just for a piece of information? Excuse me, what's the population of the state of Kansas?
2,641,700.
Thank you. See how easy that was? But does this mean the libraries of the future won't be doing serious research? There are many requests that require research, but generally fall into the same strategies. These users need help accessing tools, but the repeatability of these searches allows us to forecast user needs in a collection of useful tools. We call this the diner. At a diner, patrons expect full service from a regular menu of items. From comfort food to blue plate specials, dishes are served piping hot and relatively fast. How can libraries apply this to our services? We can could take a small group of librarians trained in education and open up a diner in the library. This could serve students who are needing to do homework for their papers, homeowners seeking information for home repair, and people seeking tax forms and tax time. These users can be invited to take a look at our menu.
So, we need a blue plate of contemporary authors special and a side of master plots.
We can even go out and interview local schools, colleges, and groups to find out what their needs are, and that way we can constantly update our menu.
Here you go. I'll be back to check on you in a sec.
Notice the crush of strictly answering factual questions has been removed, and the librarians have more time to answer questions and meet user needs. There is no rush. Well, there is, right after lunch and after dinner. There are times when you have a complicated research question. It's a question that can't be handled by a machine. It's beyond the fast food approach, and somehow the blue plate special just isn't enough. These are times when we need the five-star restaurant. There is always a need for the involved search, an information need that requires a lot of time and effort. We suggest that this needs to be separated into a separate place where the room itself lets the users know that this is not a quick transaction, but it is a quality transaction. At a five-star restaurant, a waiter is not just about bringing you your food. He can make wine suggestions. He can tell you what entree is best. He might even suggest what kind of dessert will top off a really great meal. This partnership between you and your wait person is going to make this evening either really great or not so good. We suggest that this part of the library invite the user to claim a part of it as his or her own during the research process. And much like a five-star restaurant, the librarian will come to the patron.
What are you in the mood for today?
I'm looking at opening a restaurant near the library, and I was wondering how I would get started.
Excellent. Let me get you some materials on starting your own business, and then we'll get down to the meat of your needs.
Thank you. Much like a five-star restaurant, we expect the librarian will check back on a continuous basis with the user until the information need is met. While she is away, she can do extra research, make calls to subject experts, in short, go the extra mile. She has the time, because in this part of the library, librarians are only focused on in-depth research questions. I know what you're thinking. Do we really have enough complicated questions to have a whole department just devoted to that? I have a one-word answer: catering. We've shown you a vision of tomorrow's library built around ideas from the food service industry. From self-service to fast food to diner to five-star restaurant. We hope we've given you new ways to think about your library and ways users access your services. Information professionals should always ask what we can do to help our users want to use the library more. So the next time you stop in for a bite to eat, I invite you to stop and look around. Whether it's self-service, fast food, a diner, or a five-star restaurant, are the patrons enjoying their experience? And would we all like that to be the same result when a user walks into your library? Bon appetit!